Beginning in September 2025, along with our bi-weekly reports from the rebuild shops in Nanton, Alberta and Arnprior, Ontario, Halifax 57 Rescue is expanding to a second channel. On it, you will see dozens of classic veterans interviews.
Well, it says ex-RCF POW. Well, I think for a lot of people would know what that means. That would mean expert in the war. Ex-RCF POW. There are the Army POWs, the Navy POW. These are the ex-RCF POW. And it's an association basically of Canadian experts of war who were shot down in the European Theatre War between 1939 and 1945. These are all survivors. These are all men who had to, 99% had to bail out of aircraft that were disabled, burning, or some even crash landed. For most of us, our lives were saved by the parachute. And this was our most precious item when we boarded our aircraft, to make sure we had our parachute. Even though at a time when we were ready to leave, it was difficult to reach over and grab it, because you knew when you made that move, if your chute didn't work, why, your fate was rather unfortunate.
A weekly series on the ingots of Halifax LW682 recovered from Belgium in 1997.
Okay, there you go. There is your 50 caliber mid-under gun. And man, I'll tell you, it's a heavy piece, but it's a real find. It's a real treasure. You can see the mounting mechanism here, but I'm just looking. I'm looking in the breech, and I can see the butt end of a 50 caliber shell here, right in the breech. So they were loaded for bear. And this is really something unusual to see this. I've read about it in all the history books, but I've never seen a mid-under gun installation before. And you can see it's quite a big installation, and the 50 caliber packed a really good wallop.
Here we were, moments away from seeing the years of work unveiled, seeing with our own eyes the ceiling of the monument. This ceiling made from a Canadian Halifax aircraft, Halifax LW682, a 426 squadron. It was Canada's contribution, and we were proud of it. And a rare documentary on Canadians in World War I.
Because it wasn't, the Germans brought out the Fokker D7 then, and over 17,000 feet. It was good up to 20,000 feet. So that put the Camel in a little poor position. So eventually Sopwith brought out the Sopwith Dolphin, which had a wider wingspan. And we always took off and flew to 20,000 feet. Before we arrived at the front, at 20,000 feet. And of course we didn't have parachute, we didn't have heat, we didn't have anything, just in the cockpit there, you see. And it was pretty cold sometimes, up to 20,000 feet. But we were maneuverable at 20,000 feet, but so was the Fokker. So that was our problem. We got mixed up with Fokkers. We had a real scramble on.
Be sure to watch the Halifax 57 Rescue Show and get ready for our new second channel coming in September.